The exploration ship Zephyr glided through the dark void, its sleek frame a stark contrast to the infinite starscape beyond. Deep within the Sol system, Earth orbited its sun quietly, its blue oceans and green continents still vibrant after millennia of neglect. But beneath its surface, something stirred. In the ship's observation deck, Dr. Kalen traced the faint energy patterns flickering on his console. "Commander Thera, you need to see this." Commander Thera approached, her sharp eyes narrowing as she studied the readings. "What am I looking at?" Kellen's voice lowered with a mix of excitement and unease. "Signals emanating from the planet's crust energy, pulses far too regular to be natural. Something is moving beneath the ground." Thera crossed her arms. "Could it be geothermal activity?" Kalen shook his head. "No. The energy signature matches none of the planet's known geological processes. It's artificial and massive." On the main display, a three-dimensional model of Earth rotated slowly. Highlighted beneath the continents were faint outlines, gigantic shapes etched deep into the planet's mantle. At first, they appeared as shadowy blurs, but as the ship's sensors refined the data, the outlines sharpened into towering forms. Immense war machines, long dormant. Awakening from their ancient slumber, "We found something extraordinary," Kalen said, voice trembling. "These war machines are not just relics, they're coming back online." A murmur passed through the crew. The Valari expedition had been sent to survey old human worlds, hoping to uncover lost knowledge. Humans had vanished from the stars. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, their history fragmented and mythologized. To find evidence that their ancient machines still lived was beyond anything they had. Imagine Thera stepped closer to the view screen. How powerful are these machines? What were they built for? Kalen flipped through ancient data archives. Historical records suggest they were designed for planetary defense and defense. Weapons of war? Yes, but also guardians meant to protect Earth against threats no one fully understood. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Earth's past was a locked vault, and they had just found the key and the vault was opening. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected a surge, a spike in energy radiating from one of the war machines deep beneath the Eurasian landmass. Energy levels rising exponentially, reported Lieutenant Vera, the ship's engineer. "The machine is powering up." Thera's voice hardened. "Can we communicate with it?" Kalen shook his head. "The signal is encoded in archaic human protocols. Languages long lost. But we're trying to decipher it." Minutes passed like hours as the Zephyr's AI worked furiously to crack the code. Then, a breakthrough. Commander Kalen announced, "The machine is sending out a message." The room fell silent. The display flickered, and a series of holographic symbols appeared sharp. Angular glyphs resembling no known Valari dialect. Kalen interpreted aloud. "Guardians of Earth, awaken. Prepare for threat." Thera's eyes narrowed. A warning. Suddenly, the ground beneath the machine shuddered. Massive underground complexes groaned to life. Dormant factories beginning to reconstruct damaged parts of the war machines. Metallic limbs stretched, joints cracked, and centuries-old gears turned once again. "We're witnessing a resurrection," Vera whispered as the Zephyr orbited closer. The silhouettes of the machines became clearer, giant humanoid figures, standing dozens of meters tall, their surfaces etched with circuitry and battle scars, their eyes flickering with unnatural light. Thera turned to Kalen. "What do we do now?" Kellen's voice was steady. "We observe, we learn, and we prepare. For deep beneath the soil of Earth, humanity's ancient war machines were awakening. The forgotten guardians of a lost civilization were stirring once more, and the galaxy was about to remember as the massive war machines stirred beneath Earth's surface. The alien crew aboard the Zephyr faced a growing mystery and a deeper question. Who had created these titanic guardians, and why had they been left asleep for so long? Dr. Kalin sat surrounded by holographic data streams, ancient records painstakingly reconstructed from fragments scattered across the galaxy. The archives told a fragmented story, one of a species once far more advanced than anyone alive had imagined. They called themselves humans. Kalin explained to Commander Thera as she studied alongside him. According to these records, 500,000 years ago, humanity ruled Earth and reached out into the stars with technology rivaling even our own. But their wars were devastating, shaping whole continents and wiping entire ecosystems. Frowned. What kind of wars? Not just battles between nations, Kalin said gravely. Their conflicts were on a planetary and even cosmic scale. These war machines we discovered were designed to wield tremendous power. They reshaped landscapes, controlled weather, even harnessed energy from stars. They were both weapons and protectors. The crew was silent as they absorbed this revelation. The myth of humans, as primitive or extinct, had been shattered. Now they faced the reality of a civilization that had once commanded forces far beyond their comprehension. Meanwhile, on Earth, the war machines continued their slow resurrection. Deep underground, enormous assembly bays reactivated, and dormant factories hummed with energy. Swarms of repair drones, metallic and precise, flitted through the catacombs, restoring centuries-old damage with uncanny efficiency. Sensors aboard Zephyr picked up encrypted transmissions from the machines, a complex language of pulses and waves. Decoding efforts revealed fragments of human tactical doctrine and warnings of ancient enemies' threats that once forced humanity to create these guardians in the first place. The machines aren't just weapons, Talon mused. They're sentinels designed to protect Earth from an enemy so fearsome that humanity built their greatest defenses to outlast even their own extinction. Thera's eyes narrowed. If that enemy still exists, then it's only a matter of time before it returns, Kalin finished. The implications sent a ripple of unease through the crew. The galaxy was vast and filled with unknown dangers. If humanity's ancient adversaries were awakening too, Earth's forgotten war machines might be the galaxy's last line of defense. A transmission arrived from the Valari High Council. Intercepted by the Zephyr's long-range communications array. It was a message of urgency and caution, warning the explorers to proceed carefully. The Council feared that meddling with such powerful technology could provoke an ancient threat or upset delicate political balances among the star-faring species. But the Zephyr's crew knew they had little choice to understand humanity's legacy and to prepare for what might come. They had to venture deeper into Earth's secrets. Under Kellen's guidance, the crew began mapping the war machine's network. They discovered underground command centers, libraries of data crystal vaults, and strategic bunkers, vast infrastructures built to coordinate planetary defense. In one of these hidden archives, they found the first fully intact human AI core, a repository of knowledge from an era long past. The AI's voice was static-laced, but clear. I am Guardian Prime, humanity's sentinel. The war machines must awaken. The enemy returns. Thera exchanged a look with Kalin. The past is speaking. And as the echoes of humanity's ancient wars reverberated through time, the aliens realized they were standing at the threshold of a new chapter, one where Earth's forgotten might would rise again, and the galaxy would witness the return of a legacy far greater than any had imagined. The awakening of Earth's ancient war machines was no longer a quiet underground phenomenon. From the Zephyr's orbit, the alien crew witnessed the first of the massive guardians breaking through Earth's surface. Towering hundreds of meters tall, their hulking metallic forms bore the scars of forgotten battles and the intricate, arcane technology of a long-lost human civilization. Commander. Thera watched in awe as the colossal figure stepped out of the shadows. Its glowing eyes scanning the horizon like a titan awakening from an eternal slumber. "We need to understand what it wants," she said quietly. Dr. Kalen nodded, fingers flying over the console as he attempted to establish communication. The war machines sent out pulses, signals layered in centuries-old human code. Rich with meaning, but almost indecipherable. The Zephyr's AI analyzed the messages. The transmissions contain a mixture of military protocols and what appear to be status updates on weapon systems. There is a recurring phrase, "Engage defensive posture. Await command." Thera frowned. So, it's waiting for orders. But from whom? Kellen's eyes narrowed. Perhaps from its creators or from whoever the machines deem their current commanders. The challenge was clear. No direct command structure had existed for hundreds of thousands of years. The machines were operating autonomously, governed by ancient protocols designed to activate only in dire circumstances. Suddenly, the surface beneath the war machine trembled. A smaller craft, humanoid in shape but unmistakably mechanical, emerged from beneath the ground. It approached the Zephyr cautiously. An envoy, Thera asked. Kalen shook his head. It appears to be a scout drone, designed to assess the surroundings and possible threats. It's heavily armored and armed. The drone transmitted a series of images and schematics back to the Zephyr, showing battle formations, defensive strategies, and remnants of human weapons technology far advanced beyond current alien designs. "This is incredible," said Vera, the engineer. They had technology that could alter gravity, control electromagnetic fields, even manipulate matter on a molecular level. But the marvel was tinged with unease. The drone then sent a final, chilling transmission, a warning in human code, decoded just enough to understand the meaning. Threat approaching. Initiate full defense. Protect the legacy. Thera's heart quickened. What threat? Before anyone could answer, the sky lit with streaks of energy. Massive swarms of foreign vessels appeared on the edge of the system. They moved with terrifying speed and coordination, bioorganic shapes reminiscent of predatory creatures. Their intent unmistakably hostile. Kellen's voice was tense. The enemy humanity feared has returned. The war machine on Earth's surface activated its weapons, systems energy cannons powered by long-dormant fusion cores. Defensive shields glowing with ancient energy, and the ground itself trembling. As smaller war constructs rose from hidden hangars, Thera ordered Zephyr into defensive position, while the crew scrambled to assist the awakening machines. Establishing link with Guardian Prime, Kalain said, fingers flying. If we can coordinate with the war machines, we might stand a chance. Suddenly, the war machine projected a massive holographic image, a human figure, clad in armor. Voice resonating across the COM system with calm authority. "I am Commander Orion," the hologram declared. "Guardian of Earth's legacy. The enemy you face is the Void Swarm, a relentless force that consumed my people. I activate the war machines to defend our homeland, to protect all who stand with us." The crew exchanged determined looks. The war machines were not just ancient relics but the final line of defense, a testament to humanity's indomitable spirit. Thera's voice rang clear. "Then we fight. Together." As the alien ships braced for the coming battle, the first clash of old and new technology began, a war fought not only for Earth, but for the fate of the galaxy. The galaxy held its breath as the approaching threat loomed on the horizon. A void swarm, a name whispered in fear, and legend had returned to Earth's system. The ancient war machines, awakening from their long slumber, were humanity's last stand. But the alien crew aboard the Zephyr faced a daunting dilemma: intervene and risk awakening even greater dangers, or withdraw and leave Earth to face its past alone. Commander Thera stood in the ship's command center, staring at the massive holographic map that displayed the incoming enemy vessels. The swarm was vast, an endless tide of bioorganic ships that moved with chilling precision and terrifying speed. "Do we engage?" Thera asked her senior officers. Dr. Kalin shook his head slowly. "We don't fully understand these machines or the threat. They are powerful, yes, but their technology is ancient and unpredictable. Our interference might provoke catastrophic consequences." Lieutenant Vera, the ship's engineer, countered, "If we don't act, Earth could fall. These machines are their only hope." Thera sighed, the weight of responsibility pressing down on her. "There's no simple answer, but we can't ignore the threat. The Void Swarm has destroyed countless civilizations." Kalin paced the room, conflicted. These war machines were designed to defend humanity long after its extinction. But they're also weapons of unimaginable power. If we don't contain them, Earth could become a battleground that endangers the entire system. Thera nodded. "We need to find a way to communicate with the machines, fully understand their protocols, before making a move." Meanwhile, deep within Earth's reawakened command centers, Guardian Prime continued to assess the situation. The holographic commander's image flickered, his voice steady. "The Void Swarm is relentless," he said. "But the legacy of humanity cannot be extinguished. These machines were built to protect Earth at all costs." Sensors aboard Zephyr detected an increase in energy as more war machines emerged from hidden bunkers and assembly lines. Their weapon systems charging. Vera studied the data. "They're not just fighting for Earth, they're fighting for a promise of future humanity once believed in." Thera ordered a cautious approach. "We will provide tactical support, but our priority is to coordinate with the war machines." Kalin worked with the ship's AI to decode and translate more of the ancient human protocols. Slowly, a clearer picture emerged. The war machines operated on a layered command structure, combining autonomous decision-making with directives. From the long-lost human eyes, the alien crew realized that these machines were not mindless automatons, but held a form of Custo consciousness, an echo of humanity's will and spirit. As the first skirmishes erupted between the war machines and the Void Swarm, the Zephyr launched drone fighters to assist. The battle was fierce and chaotic. The bioorganic ships swarmed like locusts, but the war machines fought with relentless precision, their weapons firing beams of energy that carved through enemy ranks. Thera watched the battle unfold. These machines, they're more than weapons. They're a legacy of hope, but the victory came at a cost. Some war machines sustained damage, their systems faltering under the relentless assault. Kellen's voice was grim. "If these machines fail, Earth falls, and with it, the hope for the galaxy's defense against the Void Swarm." Thera made a decision. "Prepare a ground team. We must learn from the machine's creators. There must be some knowledge buried in Earth's depths that can turn the tide." As Zephyr descended closer to the planet, the alien crew braced for a journey into the heart of a forgotten war where ancient technology and lost human spirit awaited rediscovery. The alien dilemma remained: how to respect the legacy of a vanished species while confronting a threat that could consume them all. The fate of Earth and possibly the galaxy hung in the balance. The ground trembled beneath the approaching feet of the war machines. Towering giants of metal and ancient technology, they moved with purpose and determination. The alien crew aboard the Zephyr watched with a mixture of awe and tension as Earth's forgotten guardians took their place on the battlefield. Commander Thayer tightened her grip on the control panel. "We're witnessing history in motion. These machines, they're awakening not just to fight, but to reclaim their purpose." Deep beneath the Eurasian landmass, in a vast underground command center, the largest war machine known among the ancient records, as Titanus stirred. Its core reactors glowed to life, casting flickering shadows against the cavern walls. Slowly, its immense frame rose, towering over the surrounding structures. Vera, monitoring the energy output, said, "This one alone could level a city with a single strike. The power contained here is unlike anything we've seen." As Titanus emerged onto the surface, it projected a massive holographic figure into the sky, a human commander in ancient battle armor. His face stern but resolute. "I am Commander Arian," the hologram announced, voice booming across the battlefield and through the Zephyrs comes. "Guardian of Earth's legacy. We awaken to protect our home from the Void Swarm. Stand with us or fall." Thera exchanged a glance with Kalon. He speaks with authority. This isn't just a machine, it's a symbol. The Void Swarm, sensing the arrival of Titanus, surged forward with renewed fury. Waves of bioorganic vessels closed in, their claws and tendrils reaching for the colossal machine. But Titanus was ready. Energy cannons fired in sweeping arcs, tearing through the enemy swarms. Shield generators flared, deflecting attacks that would have shattered lesser machines. With each strike, Titanus demonstrated not only immense power but tactical intelligence, adapting its strategy with eerie precision. On board the Zephyr, Kalon studied the war machine's behavior. It's as if the machine is channeling the spirit of its commander, thinking, reacting, leading. Thera nodded. It's more than programming. It's legacy. As the battle raged, smaller war machines joined the fray drones, walkers, and artillery platforms, all synchronized in a complex dance of defense and offense. Earth's ancient technology, thought lost forever, was proving its worth against an enemy that had already consumed countless worlds. But the awakening was not without risks. The war machines drew vast amounts of energy, tapping into Earth's core reserves. The planet trembled with each blast, and sensors warned of destabilizing tectonic activity. Vera's voice was urgent. "If the machines keep drawing power like this, we risk triggering earthquakes or worse." Thera made a decision. "We need to find the control centers and coordinate the power usage. These machines are Earth's guardians. We must protect the planet as well." A ground team was assembled, including Kalon and Vera, to accompany an elite unit of smaller war machines into the underground command hubs. Their goal, to access the ancient human control networks and establish stable energy flows as they descended into the labyrinth beneath the Earth. The crew marveled at the vast infrastructure, massive halls lined with glowing data conduits, holographic displays still flickering faintly, and weapon caches sealed behind ancient security measures. The team reached a central control node, its interface alive with cryptic symbols. Kalon worked quickly, his fingers tracing the alien script and human glyphs intertwined. "This is the heart of the war machine's network," he explained. "If we can integrate Zephyr systems with this, we can help regulate power and improve coordination," Vera added, "and perhaps unlock more of humanity's secrets." With a final surge of energy, the network hummed to life, linking the war machines and the Zephyr in a seamless command web. Earth's guardians were no longer isolated. They were united. Back above ground, Titanus stood resolute, its glowing eyes scanning the battlefield as the Void Swarm faltered under the combined assault. "Commander," Arian's hologram spoke once more. "The legacy of humanity awakens. We are the protectors. We will not fall." And in that moment, the galaxy felt the stirring of a power long thought lost a power born of human will, steel and fire. The war machines were awake. The fight had only just begun. The battle for Earth's survival raged relentlessly. But a shift was beginning, turning tide born of unity. Between ancient power and alien resolve. From the command deck of the Zephyr, Commander Thera watched the holographic battlefield. A dance of light and shadow played out in the swirling atmosphere below. The war machines, once dormant relics, now moved with a fluid precision that seemed almost alive. Coordinated strikes tore through the relentless bioorganic swarms of the Void Swarm, carving a path toward victory. Energy levels stabilizing, Lieutenant Vera reported, fingers flying across the console. The integrated network is allowing the war machines to operate more efficiently, distributing power and recalibrating weapon systems in real time. Dr. Kalen leaned forward, eyes wide with awe. It's incredible. The machines are learning, adapting faster than any AI I've ever seen. They're not just fighting, they're evolving. Thera nodded. That evolution might be the key to winning this war. Meanwhile, on Earth's battered surface, the colossal war machine Titanus stood at the forefront, his glowing eyes blazing with determination. Beside him, smaller but equally fierce machines moved with uncanny coordination, their weapons blazing and shields flaring under assault. As the Void Swarm's numbers began to thin, the enemy's desperation grew. The bioorganic ships unleashed devastating waves of psychic energy, attempting to disrupt the war machine's neural networks. On board Zephyr, the crew braced as alarms blared, shield frequencies fluctuating. Vera said urgently, "They're targeting the machine's synaptic links. If disrupted, it could shut down entire units." Thera's voice was steady. "We need to protect the network. Deploy countermeasures." The Zephyr's drones swarmed the enemy, intercepting the psychic blasts with specialized energy fields. Simultaneously, Kalen and his team worked feverishly to strengthen the neural connections, reinforcing the ancient protocols with the ship's advanced technology. Suddenly, a transmission crackled through the CUM system, a deep, resonant voice. "This is Commander Arion," the holographic figure declared. "The enemy weakens, now is the moment to strike." Thera gritted her teeth. "Agreed. Full assault mode. Let's end this." The war machines surged forward, their weapons unleashing torrents of energy that illuminated the battlefield like twin suns. Massive energy blades sliced through the Void Swarm's vessels, while artillery cannons fired precise volleys that shattered enemy formations. The alien crew watched as Earth's surface was bathed in a symphony of light and destruction. A rebirth of an ancient war fought not with despair, but with unyielding hope. Yet, amid the triumph, a new warning flashed across the Zephyr's sensors. Commander Kalen called out, "Incoming fleet detected." Not from the Void Swarm. Something else, something bigger. Thera's eyes narrowed. More enemies. Vera's voice was tense. Unknown. Their ships are unlike anything we've seen before. Massive, heavily armed, and moving with deliberate purpose. The new fleet approached fast, eclipsing the battlefield's chaos with a shadow of dread. Kalen frowned. This war is far from over. Thera steadied herself. "Prepare the Zephyr. We'll face this new threat head-on," as the alien explorers rallied for another fight. The war machines held their ground giants, born of humanity's forgotten past, standing sentinel against the unknown. The turning tide had brought hope. But the battle for Earth and the galaxy was just beginning. The new fleet advanced like a dark storm, blotting out the stars, its immense ships cutting a terrifying silhouette against the glowing battlefield below. The alien crew aboard the Zephyr felt a chill ripple through their veins as their sensors struggled to identify this unexpected force. Commander Thera paced the command deck, tension coiling in her chest. Unknown origin. No recorded signature. No diplomatic transmissions. They've come to war. Dr. Kalen scanned the readings. Their technology is unlike anything cataloged in our databases. Organic, yet heavily mechanized, an eerie fusion. The Void Swarm is horrifying, but this is something else. Lieutenant Vieira's hands danced over the console. analyzing weapons, systems, and energy output. Their ships generate a field that disrupts both energy and communication signals. Our drones are losing coordination. Thera clenched her fists. We can't afford to lose the network. The war machines depend on it. On Earth's surface, Titanus and the other war machines braced for the unknown. Their glowing eyes scanned the horizon as the new fleet's lead ship released a wave of pulses, knocking out communication links and power surges across vast swaths. Of the battlefield, communications disrupted, reported Kalen grimly. The war machines are being cut off. In the sudden silence, the eerie calm before devastation settled in. Suddenly, the lead ship unleashed a devastating beam of dark energy that carved through the ancient war machines, striking with pinpoint accuracy. Titanus staggered, but did not fall. Commander Arian's hologram flickered, his voice resolute despite the assault. We must hold. Earth's legacy depends on it. Thera took a deep breath. If we can't rely on communications, we have to find another way. Kalen nodded. We have one option: manual link. A ground team must reach the core of the war machine's command network to restore control. Thera made the decision swiftly. Prepare the ground team. Kalen, you lead. As the ground team prepared to descend once more into the ancient labyrinth, the alien crew steeled themselves for the dangers that awaited beneath Earth's surface. The corridors of the underground command centers were dim and flickering, illuminated only by the faint glow of long-dormant technology struggling to remain alive. The atmosphere was thick with dust and the echoes of a forgotten time. Kellen's voice was steady but urgent as they navigated the maze. We're close. The main control node should be just ahead. Suddenly, the ground trembled violently. An explosion rocked the chamber behind them, blocking their retreat. We're trapped, Vera said, panic flashing in her eyes. Kellen's jaw tightened. No time to waste. We have to restore the network from here. Working swiftly, Kalen connected his interface to the ancient control node. The data streams were chaotic, corrupted by the enemy's interference. But the team pushed forward, piecing together broken protocols and patching damaged systems. Back on the surface, the war machines fought fiercely without centralized command. Their movements slower, less coordinated. The Void Swarm pressed their advantage, sensing weakness inside the control chamber. Kalen felt the ancient AI responding, its fragmented consciousness flickering back to life. Legacy. Must protect. The AI whispered through the comlink. With a final surge, the network pulsed to full power. Communication lines hummed, and the war machines above regained their synchronized movement. The battlefield shifted instantly. Coordinated strikes resumed, and the war machines pushed the Void Swarm back with renewed vigor. But the new fleet, the unknown enemy, had not been deterred. Their massive ships hovered at the edges of the battle, silent and ominous. Thera stared at the stars beyond the war machine's firing range. Who are they? Why have they come now? Keelan's gaze darkened. Whatever their purpose, it threatens everything Earth and the galaxy stand for. The ancient machines had awakened, but so had the shadows of the unknown lurking threats that challenged the very hope the Zephyr and its crew fought to protect. The war was no longer just for Earth's past. It was for its future and for all who called the stars home. The battlefield was a maelstrom of light and shadow. Ancient war machines clashing with relentless alien swarms. The skies torn apart by energy blasts and explosions. But, amidst the chaos, a new hope was rising. Commander Thera stood firm on the command deck of the Zephyr, eyes fixed on the unfolding war below. The war machines, once relics of a forgotten age, now stood as towering symbols of resilience and strength. Their synchronization restored, their firepower unleashed with devastating effect. Energy output at optimal levels, Lieutenant Vera reported. The war machines are performing better than any of our simulations predicted. Dr. Kalen, still recovering from the ordeal in the underground network, looked up from his console. They're not just fighting for survival. They're reclaiming their legacy. But the threat was far from over. The unknown fleet, massive and enigmatic, continued to loom at the edges of the battle. Their ships generated fields of interference that complicated every move. Yet they had not yet committed to full engagement. Thera considered the possibilities. They're testing. Us. Waiting. Suddenly, a new transmission broke through the interference, weak but unmistakably human in origin. This is Orion. The holographic commander's voice echoed across the comms. The war machines have fulfilled their duty, but the battle calls for more than brute force. We must unite what remains of humanity's legacy and the allies who stand with us. Thera nodded. Agreed. Kalen analyzed the transmission. Kellen's fingers danced over the console, enhancing the signal. He's speaking of something beyond the machine's ancient human knowledge buried deep beneath the surface. Technology and wisdom to turn the tide. Without hesitation, the Zephyr dispatched a specialized expedition team to retrieve this lost knowledge from a vast underground vault known as the Archive of Echoes. The team descended into the labyrinth, navigating a maze of tunnels and chambers, filled with holographic records, data crystals, and artifacts from humanity's long-vanished civilization. As the expedition progressed, they uncovered astonishing technologies, devices capable of bending space, energy, weapons far beyond current understanding, and advanced artificial intelligences designed to guide future generations. Vera marveled at the discoveries. This knowledge could change everything. We can upgrade the war machines and the Zephyr turn them into a force the galaxy has never seen. Back above ground, the war machines renewed their assault. With upgrades sent through the network, their weapons flared brighter, their shields strengthened, and their coordination reached near-perfect precision. The Void Swarm recoiled under the combined might of ancient Earth technology and alien ingenuity. The unknown fleet, recognizing the shift, launched their own counterattack, revealing terrifying new weapons that challenged the war machine's dominance. Thera tightened her grip on the console. This is it, the final push. The Zephyr and the war machines fought side by side. Their alliance a beacon of unity in a galaxy threatened by darkness. Then, on the depths of the archive, a message of final will left by humanity's last leader was decrypted. To those who awaken the legacy of Earth, carry our hope beyond the stars. Protect the light of life, and never forget the strength found in unity. With those words ringing true, the war machines unleashed a coordinated strike that shattered the unknown fleet's command vessel, fracturing their ranks. The Void Swarm, leaderless and broken, began to retreat. The battle was won as the dust settled. The Zephyr crew and the awakened war machines stood victorious guardians, reborn from the ashes of time. Their legacy, a testament to human resilience and hope. Commander. Thera looked to the stars, knowing this was only the beginning of a new chapter. Earth was no longer just a forgotten world, it was a beacon of strength, a symbol of what could be achieved when ancient legacy and present courage united. The galaxy had witnessed the awakening. Humanity's war machines were alive again, and with them, the promise of a brighter future.